Now, let's spend some time on talking about what you can do. What can I do? That may be a question that's coming up in your mind. What can I do? Now that we know about these common types of mental health conditions, now that we know about the risk factors that may exist and the signs and symptoms, what can I do? Let's spend some time talking about that. The first thing is self care. Self care. And that simply means doing what is necessary to take care of yourself. Doing what is necessary. I'm stressing that necessary to take care of yourself. That is the key step in maintaining good health. And what I want you to note is your organization or your employers can put things in place to address or support mental health, but it is incumbent upon you to be responsible for your mental health. So, self care, let's look at that. Self care, taking care of yourself. The first thing you can do is take regular breaks. Now, that's something simple, but it is very effective. Take regular breaks when you are working. That means when it's time for your lunch break, take your lunch break. It is not advisable to work through your lunch break. Even if you just take 20 minutes out of that hour or a couple minutes out of that hour, it helps to stop, pause, take a break. Why? Because you need that pause in order to refresh and refuel to continue for the rest of the day. So take regular breaks. And then vacation time. If you have a certain amount of weeks for your vacation every year, please take your vacation for that year. I know it is a common practice for us to pile up our vacation times, but that is not advisable. Take your vacation times. Then there is adhering to set working hours. If you're scheduled to start work at 9 o'clock, start work at 9 o'clock. If you are scheduled to stop work at 5 o'clock, stop at 5 o'clock. It is advisable for self care to stick to your working hours. I know it's not always possible, that there are times when this changes, but let it be the norm where you adhere to your working hours. Another way you can take care of yourself is to have a regimen of relaxing activities. And these are things that you can do at work. For example, you can listen to music with earphones, of course. You can either listen to inspirational audio or even watch a video, something that's inspirational or something that relaxes you. Another example is you can read, something that you can do in your spare time or during your breaks at work. Or you may feel inclined to just pray or have a time of devotion. Anything that relaxes you, anything that motivates you, anything that inspires you is a good thing to practice as self-care within the workplace. And then, of course, going back to the truth that we said that our physical affects our mental, in order to take care of ourselves, we have to pay attention to diet, water intake, exercise, and sleep. Diet, water, exercise, and sleep. These are all ways that we can take care of ourselves physically to promote mental health. It is recommended that we have about 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. We don't always get to do that, but that is what is recommended. And then set boundaries. That simply means learn how to say no. Learn how to say no. No to anything that would cause you to have some sort of poor mental health. So set boundaries. If you know that you can only do so much within a certain amount of time, set those boundaries, stick to them, clearly communicate them to other people as well so that they will respect your boundaries. Then maintain healthy work-life and balance. Maintain healthy work-life balance. And setting boundaries help with that. But a healthy work-life balance means that your work does not spill over into your personal life. That's what it means to have a healthy work-life balance. And that's a form of self-care, and that is important. We'll talk more about that later, but that is an important step in self-care. And avoiding burnout. We talked about that earlier. Avoid burnt out. If you notice that you're getting stressed, if you notice that you're getting tired, if you notice that you are working excessively, that is unhealthy for you, watch that and do something about it. Make the changes. And then the last step for self-care, very simple but very powerful, is practice gratitude. Practice being thankful. Each day, maybe at the end of the day, take some time to think about what it is you are grateful for, what it is that you are thankful for. You can even go to the point of journaling it, putting it inside your journal, writing it down, but take some time. What are you thankful for? Whenever you do this, it's a positive activity. It causes you to appreciate the good things in life, and it gives you hope and encouragement when you face any challenges in life. So, self-care tips. These are just a few. There are so much more, and I would encourage you, find what works for you. There's a lot of information out there about self-care, but find what best works for you. And when you do this, this is the major part of maintaining your mental health. So what else can you do? There is more. Self-care is key, but there is more. In terms of maintaining good mental health, it's important that you connect and communicate. Connect and communicate. So when you are communicating, you want to talk to a trusted individual, family member, or friend about what you are experiencing with your mental health. And I know it may be challenging to find someone whom you trust, but hopefully there is at least one person you can speak with. The important thing is not to keep it to yourself. Do not keep your problems or issues to yourself. Do not suffer in silence. Do not suffer in silence. Find somebody and communicate what is happening to you. The next thing is make connections. Establish social connections or interaction in the workplace. Positive social connections or interactions are beneficial in the workplace, and they promote good mental health. So when you're at work, work is important, yes, but having those social interactions, even outside of work, but with your colleagues and peers, can make a whole lot of difference to your mental health. It causes you to switch and shift and change from thinking about work, and it gives you motivation and energy when you come back to work. So that's something that you can do that is important. And the last thing, and also very important, is seek support and help. Whatever it is you're going through, if it's stress, if it's pressure, if you're feeling anxious or depressed, any of those mental conditions, seek support and help. Remember, I said, do not suffer in silence, but seek support and help. And when you do that, make sure that it is a trained mental health practitioner. Don't just go to anybody, but make sure it is a trained mental health practitioner. That's a counselor, a professional counselor, a psychologist, a psychiatrist, someone who is trained in mental health. And you have a right to ask them, what their qualifications are, what their trainings are, and they are supposed to tell you what it is they can do to help you. So make sure that you do that. If you need to inquire at your workplace or in your organizations where you can go to find help for mental health, please do that. But make sure that is something that you do. Seek support and seek help.